emotions. It does. Right? Commending children for their efforts. Tell them it was really good. You saw the effort that they made. It helps them to regulate their emotions, especially when they don't win. You can see that they tried. And I think I drew the analogy. No, I think I gave the example here of when one of my favorite coaches was coaching me, and I didn't hit the wall until what, 5th place, right? And I was like almost in tears, and he met me right at the wall and he said, Julia, but your time improved so much. So even though I didn't win, or I didn't even place first, second, or third because of who was swimming with me, it was still it was still a win for me on my journey in becoming a better swimmer, because my time had improved. So the effort was recognized, not just the fact that I didn't win or didn't place. So, and that coach, you know what, actually, that coach too, he did that too, because I remember too, some of us, like, even if you win first place or you hit first or second, he will always go back to your time and say, okay, you won first, but you look at your time sucked here. You did better in practice. So basically, winning first place was never enough. That wasn't the end all. Improvement was the end all, and showing how much you improved. That was the thing. That's the thing that we should never lose sight of. Winning is fine. That's great. But did you improve? That's the real question. Right? Encourage children to recognize and name feelings. Yeah. This is what they're saying. Encourage children to recognize anything. So how are you? You're feeling angry. You're feeling sad. We never had this when we were growing up. Don't want to date myself, but in the times that we were growing up and the culture that we grew up, we never had this where people catered to children so much where, we were encouraged to recognize and name our feelings. No. It was children were supposed to be seen and not heard. But we live, we learn, and we know not to do it to our own children or our own nieces and nephews, right? We're supposed to get better. Every generation is supposed to improve, according to my grandfather. Every generation is supposed to improve. Oops. Almost lost my selenite. Okay, so emotional intelligence, key insights. So the secret of positive leadership is the ability to manage your emotions that enables you to lead people to achieve a common goal. Right? The ability to manage your emotions enables you to lead people to achieve a common goal. If you are dysregulated and you can't control your emotions, who is going to follow you? Who is going to believe that you are going to be able to handle things that might come up? Subconsciously, people won't believe you. Emotional skills improve our lives. Yes. So developing your healthy mind habits that encourages positive thinking. Right? Positive thinking produces positive feelings, leading to positive actions. These are facts. Right? Positive thinking produces positive feelings, leading to positive actions. This is why it's important to monitor your thoughts. And this is why not everything that you think you automatically run with and believe. You actually have to use your logical mind as well. Okay? So those emotional skills, they will improve your life. Staying silent is a powerful emotional tool. That's true, TG Media. That's true. There's a time and place for everything, though. Sometimes good people should not stay silent, because that's how a lot of these predators continue. A lot of these predators are cowards, A lot of these predators, they bank their existence on good people staying silent. So it depends on when and where. There's a time for silence, lots of time for silence, but there's a lot of time when it's time for you to actually speak up, because this is how predators are enabled. Nobody wants to say anything. Everybody wants to continue to cuddle this person and make this person feel right when they're a pervert. And you won't know until it happens to you or it reaches your house. That's why, a lot of women, especially when they went through certain things, they're hypersensitive to certain things, right? Hypersensitive to certain things that men do, especially. Okay? Because that kind of trust, physical trust to know that you're actually safe and this person is not a pervert, is something that we're very keen to. And men need to be more keen to it. That's why you see, and just off of a tangent too, a lot of the men in prison, you see, a lot of men in prison is from actually defending their children or their nieces from predators that they didn't know were predators that were in their family or their friends. Right? You know, much man in prison from actually because of the fact that they end up unaliving somebody who was a friend, uncle to them child, that they in their mind, I didn't know that the person was like this. I didn't know the person was unsafe. I didn't know the person would do this. Sometimes men actually turn a blind eye to the same thing that was going to come and bring crosses in their own family. I've seen it. This is the only reason why I keep talking about it. But we women were keen to it, especially if we went through certain things in our childhood. Very, very keen to that perverted spirit. That's not something that we want to mix with. And I'll tell you why. A lot of times you see a lot of these men that you meet from even prisons, you go visit the prisons and you do whatever, you counsel and you see them in that state and you hear their stories, right? It's always a friend of the family or a friend of somebody or somebody who they trusted that do something to their child and them end up in prison over that. But yet still, they were friends with this person from high school and they never take notice to them being perverts in a group chat. Think about it. He wasn't unsafe to you then when he was in a group chat circling women's body parts and making fun of it. Innocent pictures of women circling them breasts, circling them nipples, circling them body parts, right? And thinking that, oh, it's just locker room talk, it's just boy talk. You never thought he was unsafe then because it wasn't your sister and it wasn't your child or it wasn't your mother. It was just somebody else from wherever that don't mean anything to you, so you laugh along. And that same perverted spirit, since you know him from high school, uncle this, that, and third, your daughter start going through puberty at 12 years old or 10. And then you're going to say, oh, I never know he wasn't safe. I didn't know. Oh, but you never know when he was in the group chat circling woman body parts and making fun of them. Because it wasn't your family member, it wasn't your daughter. Oh, so you didn't know. These are the things that you have to look out for, that perverted spirit. I don't play around with that. And I'll tell you why too, because I don't have friends that I can't introduce to my family. I don't have friends that I can't introduce. If you're somebody that I can't introduce, you probably are an acquaintance, a good acquaintance. But once I call you friend, that means I feel safe enough, or family, or brother, I feel safe enough for you to actually meet my family, meaning I'm exposing my nieces and my nephews to you. Right? So certain things like that, we take very, very seriously. That perverted spirit. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Happens. Anyhow, so the point of that was tangent was, yes, silence is a powerful tool, but it must be used when it makes sense. because a lot of predators survive from the silence of good people and the silence of women too. Right? Okay, so let's move on. Where was I? Where did I reach? Number 4? Yeah. Number 3. Emotional intelligence supports your health. The ability to process disturbing emotions helps regulate your blood pressure and stress-related hormones. Right? So the ability to process your disturbing emotions, you sit with it. You feel upset right now. It's not the end of the world. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Sit with it, breathe through it, use your rational mind, and move on. If not, you find a lot of people spin. They're just mad all the time. Come home, kick the dog, fling the cat, just because they can't regulate. And they take out their problems on other people. You can't be a good leader if you don't regulate your emotions. So actions are driven, and actions, yeah, a lot of times your actions are driven by how you feel. So you need to really, really, really monitor and audit how you feel. Our feelings can cause us to act without allowing our rational brains to interpret the situation properly. That's why, too, it's always good to sit and think. This is how I'm feeling right now. Why am I feeling this way? Has this person done it before? Does this person seem like as if he has a problem with boundaries? Watch for that too. People don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you. Some guys or some people are like children. Like, you tell them your boundaries and they will keep trying to push your boundaries all the time to see what they can get away with. They're like kids because they just never have the same upbringing. So they're like kids. So I try not to deal with people like that, to be honest. I try not to, but sometimes you end up having to. Right? Some people are basically toddlers in big man body and big woman bodies. They do not understand no, or they do not understand boundaries that you put in. Somebody don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you. Right. So you have to be able to sit down with something and use your rational brain to see where you are. Okay. So we need to be able to recognize our emotions and learn how to manage them. Number 5, avoid the heated arguments. This is true too. Children learn from actions more than words. That's true. So your children will actually look at what you see and learn from that. So they're likely to repeat what they see. Right? So you model your emotional intelligence by avoiding certain conflicts. Okay? And learn empathy from others. Right? So, you basically put yourself in somebody else's shoes then to see how they feel and to see if you can understand their frame of mind. Right? That's how you learn empathy from other people. And also, number 7, you teach children to cope with failures. They're not going to win everything, and that's okay. Right? And we have to be able to reframe failure in their minds to say it's not the end of the world. It's not a bad thing. It's just how we learn to be better. What didn't I do well there? Where did I fail there? So that next time I don't repeat it. Right? That's how we learn from quote unquote failures. So we teach them with that growth mindset from the other book that we did. We teach them that they can get better and they can do better. Right? They're not permanently losing, or they're not a loser because they lost. You lost, that's fine. It's a part of it. You're not going to win everything all the time. You have to teach children that. Other children don't know that. So you manage our emotional health. Your social life will receive a boost when you show genuine interest in other people. These are facts. These are facts. You have to show genuine interest in other people. You pay attention to people's words and people's actions. I do that second nature because I'm been a people watcher for a long time, right? And people are very interesting to me, so I like to listen to them. I like to listen to different people from all different walks of life and learn from different people from all different walks of life. That's one of my actual hobbies that make my life so much richer. Just listening to people, you learn so much. Okay, so we just did 3 books. We did emotional intelligence, we did dysfunctions of a team, and we did 5 dysfunctions of a team. We did emotional intelligence, and we did the 7 habits. So we just did over 3 books. What time is it now? 2:24. I just passed the 2:22. So yeah, guys, I apologize for today. We were supposed to have Debbie on, but last minute she said that she had a family emergency, so we give her grace for that. We give her grace for that. Things happen. So let's see what other book we can do. Oh, Atomic Habits. That's a good one. That one was a very, very extensive book, was it not? It was so extensive, wasn't it? Man. Let's see. And that's what I'm going to do. So next time, so since this is the first time I'm doing it, I'm learning with you guys, right? We're learning together, right? We're learning together. So going forward, every 4 books that we do, we're going to do a recap session, right? So we recap all the books. So I'll put everything together properly for you guys as a recap session. And that idea came to me from today because there was nothing else to do but to recap because our guest didn't make it. So let's see. You know what? I did not summarize. This one was not summarized. All right. So you know what? I can start from here, actually. In a nutshell. And then after this, I'll go. If nobody calls in. Yeah. Understanding long-term success. So success is not a goal to reach, but it's a system to maintain. You guys remember that, right? It's a system to maintain. True success originates from the process that sustains the performance rather than the achievement of a definite endpoint. So things have to be sustainable, as we spoke about before. Right? So shifting your focus from hard milestones to lifelong systems that promote resilience and adaptability, that's how you're going to have true success and long-term success. And this is from Atomic Habits. Also, small habits. We spoke about this. Small habits repeated daily build extraordinary results. So we have to focus on our small habits, just like how I just told you what I learned. Her small habit of auditing everything that we consider to be energy every day. Energy leaks every day. Yeah. I'm excited to start that, actually, to see where that will lead me. You know, let's see where it will lead to. Sometimes you just have to follow the breadcrumbs, try something new. Because what you have been doing now is great for the level that you're at now, right? Same thing with me. Like what I was doing was great for the level that I'm at now. But if I want to be at a different level, I have to do something different. I can't keep doing what I'm doing now and think that's going to open the new level for me. It's not. That's why Einstein, and it's the same principle what Einstein said too, where he says that a problem cannot be solved at the same level that the problem was created on. Right? It will not be solved from the same level of thinking. Sorry. A problem will not be solved at the same level of thinking where the problem actually occurred. Let me get that quote 100% right for you. That is the actual principle of it, but let me get that quote 100% right for you. 1 second. Einstein quote about problems solving. Okay, here it is. That's not it. Yeah. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Same thing. We can't solve our problems with the same thinking or the same level of thinking we used when they were created, basically. Right? So in order to get somewhere different, we have to be willing to do different things. Unless you're satisfied with where you are. And if that's fine, that's fine. It's good to be satisfied. It's good to be happy. It's fine. It's good. It's good to be where you are and say, you know what? I'm here and no further. That's fine. But even that will take some work, because that will also take for you to keep doing what you're doing to sustain the level where you are. Right? So even that you can't slip on. Even that you can't slip on. So the Atomic Habits, it actually emphasized for us the compounding nature of small positive actions. Small positive actions that compound over time. That's what that book taught us. When I do a recap, I'll do a recap better than this, because again, this is basically just not a free for all, but filling the time because you're here and because I'm here and because I didn't want to just give you nothing. But trust me, lesson learned. Whenever we're going to have someone else on as an interview, I will have a book presentation ready just in case. Lesson learned. You only have to show me once. I learned pretty fast. I just need one time. And I learned that. Right? So lasting change occurs not solely through actions, but by redefining your identity. So even last week we were talking about congruency when the officer called in. We're talking about congruency, right? Your habits have to be congruent with your self-image. So the long-term lasting change, it happens not only through your actions, but through redefining your identity. So you will end up saying, I'm not the type of person that will miss a meeting. I'm not the type of person that will let down my audience. I'm going to show up when I'm sick. Unless there's blood or fire, if I can show up, I'm going to show up. Right? So your identity is how you have lasting change. You have to change your identity. I'm not the type of, and you will say, I think it was Bruce Wayne that was here during that week, and he was saying he never misses a workout. So that's a part of his identity. Never misses a workout. Me, I'm always prepared. That's a part of my identity. If I'm on top, if I'm in any kind of part, I'm always prepared. I'm always early. It's just a part of my identity now, right? But that habit actually had to ingrain itself in my personality for it to be what it is. So that's how we do lasting change, people. We have to be able to ingrain the habits, right, as part of your identity. So small habits, they don't add up, they compound, right? So it shows how actions that we see as insignificant, small, insignificant actions, exponentially, they lead to some real results. Real results. Right? So when you understand that dynamic, it actually helps you to maintain your discipline. Because you see where this small little thing that I'm doing actually is compounding towards my actual goal. And I think I gave you guys the example of having soda water in the fridge instead of having straight sugar soda. Right? If every time you are going to drink, usually you would drink a soda, which full of sugar and whatever poisons and dyes, and now you reach for the soda water, which is carbonated water. It's a small thing, but it adds up. It adds up so much. Right? Adds up. So every action you take is either a vote for the person you want to become or the vote against the person you want to become. And this is what me and my mentor there was talking about. Auditing our actions and auditing our energy. And see every action I take, is this a vote for the person that I said that I'm working towards? Or is this a vote against the person that I say I'm working towards? Peanut Dreadle said, these are the things. Stop calling this man name. It's so funny. Right? So there is that. Where were we now? Yeah. So Atomic Habits. I have to do those. I have to do those books more concise because I didn't summarize the end of those books, but I won't go through everything point by point now. What time is it now? 2:36. Well, guys, I was here at 1 o'clock. We were supposed to do an interview. It didn't happen. Such is life. Oh, we do have one more book actually. Mindset. Hold on, let me try to find it for you. Oh, we do have a lot to get through, guys. We definitely have a lot to get through. Boundaries. All right, so we can do this last one for boundaries. But I need to get something to drink. I've been saying that for the longest time, so just bear with me. Stay there. Then we're gonna do boundaries, and then we can go.